of Championship Wrestling. At ringside, this is Vince McMahon along with Mean Gene Okerlund. And on hand, not one, but two tag team matches to join us this week.
Well, indeed, Vince, we're going to be seeing the biggest and the best, and we're also going to be seeing in tag team action 4 of the world's greatest midgets. Certainly looking forward to that feature during this hour.
And also scheduled Tony Gurria and Brian Blair. They have been functioning quite well as a unit as of late.
In addition to that, the Intercontinental Champion, and a new one recently up in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm talking about the great one out of Mexico, Tito Santana. What a champion he is.
Indeed, and Mr. Santana will also join Roddy Piper in Piper's Pit. That should be most interesting.
Indeed. Greg the Hammer Valentine is back in the World Wrestling Federation. He is also going to be part of this hour's Championship Wrestling.
And indeed, to meet the undefeated Jose Luis Rivera. We'll find out if his undefeated streak remains intact when we return to begin the opening matchup.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Championship Wrestling. My name is Joe McHugh, your ring announcer. On the opening bout, it is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right, from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 220 pounds, here is Rocco Verona. And his opponent from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 252 pounds, here is Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff there with his manager, Roddy Piper, who will later on have as his guest in Piper's Pit, Tito Santana, the reigning Intercontinental Champion. We are set for the action to begin.
Another big night of World Wrestling Federation action is going to be happening at the Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles 1 week from tonight, the 24th of March. Ladies and gentlemen, with every appearance that the incredible Hulk Hogan makes, you can feel the intensity, and you can be a part of Hulkamania every time he comes to the Olympic. It is Dr. D, David Schultz, on this occasion, who will be the opponent of the Hulk, and we'll mention more about Dr. D's chances in just a few moments.
Well, Orndorff, self-professed Mr. Wonderful, although I'm sure Mr. Piper would concur with the moniker.
Well, fans at ringside this week, you hear the chant of Paula, Paula, occasionally, and that obviously bothers Orndorff and Piper a great deal. Verona out on that hard cement floor.
And
Roddy Piper stalks him.
The skirt can mean, or I should say kilt, can only mean one person. Verona right back out.
I have not seen a pair of legs.
No, my goodness, if Piper bends over. Back into the ring now, Verona. And Orndorff appears to be, yes, sets him up now. And drives him back down face first to the canvas. Rocky Verona, thus far, no competition for Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Not at all. Not at all. Verona out of Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, doing battle with Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Look at this. Piper congratulating Orndorff already, even though he has not won the match. So perhaps it is somewhat of a foregone conclusion. As now, Piper gives a signal for Orndorff to set up Mr. Verona in pile driver fashion. And indeed, Verona up now, and he knows what's going to happen. Down to the canvas. Incredible maneuver. And a 3 count. Piper steps through to congratulate Mr. Wonderful.
Oh, look at that.
We'll get the official time.
Here is the time, 2 minutes and 27 seconds, and the winner, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Stuck on himself, no doubt of that. many would say he should be. He does possess great wrestling talent. Paul Orndorff along with Roddy Piper as we take a look at the replay now.
All right, here's the setup, Vince McMahon. Mr. Wonderful taking Rocco Verona. High into the air, placing a head between the legs, down with that jarring pile driver, and that's all she wrote for Mr. Verona. 1, 2, and Orndorff even goes so far as to count it out himself.
All right, back up now for another matchup as we follow in Tito Santana.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next contest, scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. It is a non-title bout. Introducing from Santo Domingo, weighing 240 pounds, it is Israel Matia. And his opponent from Tocula, Mexico, weighing 235 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the new Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Tito Santana.
Santana with a tremendous hand from this capacity crowd. As the referee brings them together, it gives the signal for the timekeeper of the ring to bell.
Dr. D, David Schultz, a rugged, raw-boned 267-pounder from Nashville, Tennessee, is the man who tries now to wrest the World Wrestling Federation title from the incredible Hulk Hogan 1 week from tonight at the Olympic Auditorium. Since entering the World Wrestling Federation, the good doctor has been mean, ornery, doesn't give a hoot about anything except winning at any cost, and the doctor feels next Saturday night he will become the new champion.
Matia, knowing full well what a victory would mean here in this non-title matchup.
On the other hand, Tito Santana clearly demonstrating why he is the new Intercontinental Champion. And of course, along with that coveted title, the prestige of it all, tremendous monetary gains and recognition, notoriety, if you will, for a deserving champion, I might add.
Perhaps second only to Pat Patterson, Tito Santana worked the hardest, I think, to earn the title of Intercontinental Champion. Santana he would not take no for an answer. He was hammered. He was just destroyed from time to time, but the man kept on coming back, and he kept on getting back up, and, well, that's a testimony to this man's great talent.
Well, I think therein lies the reason why this man is a winner.
This copyrighted telecast being brought to you by the authority of the World Wrestling Federation and Titan Sports Incorporated. Any rebroadcast or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the telecast, including the imposition of a charge without the express written consent of the World Wrestling Federation, is prohibited. Santana! Whoa! From the second rope, gets his man.
Some kind of a victory for Intercontinental Champion, and here come the roses for Tito Santana. Oh, my word.
Santana with all kinds of fans here, thousands of them. Santana throws a kiss.
Here is the time, 1 minute and 58 seconds. Here is the winner, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Tito Santana.
Santana basked in the glory of victory, and indeed the prestige and the pride of becoming Intercontinental Champion. Let's take a look at what we saw moments ago now. Santana whipped to the buckle. Here, moving in, and a nice kick by Santana. Up he goes, perfect timing. Look at his timing, leaping off, lunging, and he takes the chances like no one else. The cover, the hook of the leg, Santana on the victory. When we return, ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated Jose Luis Rivera putting that undefeated streak on the line against one of the best in Greg Valentine. We'll be back with that matchup and more.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next contest of the one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right from Puerto Rico, weighing 239 pounds, it is Jose Luis Rivera. And his opponent from Seattle, Washington, weighing in at 250 pounds, it is Greg the Hammer Valentine.
What a beautiful robe. Greg Valentine, my goodness. A robe fit for a king. Look at that. As
Certainly for an individual with the name of Valentine.
Yes, indeed. Greg Valentine, last-minute comments from his manager, Captain Louis Albano. And we anxiously await the start of this one. Here we go.
Just a few short weeks from now, you great fans here in the Los Angeles area will see the brand new official World Wrestling Federation magazine. The incredible Hulk Hogan is on the cover, and once you get inside that magazine, it is an unbelievable array of Nat Potpourri on the WWF. If you'd like to become a charter subscriber, 8 issues for $14.47. Send check or money order to WWF Magazine, Post Office Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut.
Oh, wow, and the concrete pavement out there. Lou Albano coming over behind him. Albano spinning around, and that hurt. Oh, no. Right back into Valentine. Albano assisting Mr. Rivera. Ooh, wow. You can hear the smack of the flesh all the way back here.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did
Voice.
you hear it?
Gravelly voice of Lou Albano somewhere about ringside.
But I don't mind telling you, as you have pointed out time and time again, Vince McMahon, Valentine, the man to test the unbeaten streak that is currently intact from Jose Luis Rivera.
Well, now Rivera showing signs of life for the first time in the matchup. Valentine whipped to the ropes, headed off, drop kick by Rivera. Rivera with another drop kick, backing Valentine to the rope. Moving, no, oh my, oh, no. Oh, it looked like he hurt his leg, he probably hurt his neck, everything.
But
Holding on.
That hamstring on that left leg, Vince, obviously the source of a great deal of pain for Mr. Rivera.
Valentine going to work on that now. Snaps the leg back. And unfortunately for Mr. Rivera, he has suffered an injury in the most vulnerable area of them all. Valentine wrapping him up now. The figure 4 leg lock planted out on him. And this could very well be it. Yes, indeed. The undefeated streak of Jose Luis Rivera comes to a rather brusque halt as Valentine capitalizes on the injury on the... Valentine spinning around again.
Not again.
Valentine clamping down on the leg. Really sinking it in this time. Really sinking it in. Rivera screaming his lungs out.
He is not about to let go.
Screaming his lungs out as Rivera.
Now that referee has every right in the world to reverse the decision in light of what's taking place in there, Vince.
Albano keeps distracting this referee. Valentine continues to apply more pressure on the leg. Valentine squeezing. What's he doing to this young man? Valentine just sinking it in and more and more and more. Finally, releasing the hold.
That is totally uncalled for. For what? He had absolutely nothing to prove.
Oh. Let's get the official time.
If we can, I don't know. Vince, there's so much action going on up in that ring.
This poor young man.
Oh, look at that.
Looking down in disdain, Greg Valentine.
It is the time, 2 minutes and 38 seconds. It is the winner, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Valentine gets the reaction you might suspect someone would get here.
You know, the sad part about it, Vince, is I am not certain that this man Rivera...
Oh, no!
But now we've got two officials, Dick Worley, referee Dick Worley, just entering the ring.
All right, now they're going to... If he goes back... Come on, come on, come on! Look at that. And Valentine has the audacity to be smiling. Valentine has the guts, the temerity to be laughing about what he's done.
Valentine does not leave me with a very good feeling after the punishment that he dished out after the decision had been rendered by the referee. Here comes the stretcher as Valentine and Albano head for the shower.
I love it, I love it. I love it.
Oh, no, and Rivera, unfortunately, cannot leave the ring on his own power.
And I was going to point out the real sad part about it, in addition to his tremendous winning streak coming to an abrupt halt this week on Championship Wrestling. I don't think we're going to see this young man in action. He's in a great deal of pain. Obviously, he's going to need medical attention.
A horrible way for this young man to end his undefeated streak. He was ready for Valentine and was at 100% capacity.
My leg, my leg.
He's screaming his leg, a poor young man. All right, we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue with more action here. Stay with us if you would. Coming up next, a most interesting interview.
Ready, the great fans of Los Angeles, the World Wrestling Federation back in town, Olympic Auditorium, Saturday night, March the 24th, World Heavyweight title defense for the incredible Hulk Hogan. Dr. David Schultz to be the challenger, and a grudge match. Come on in, Sergeant Slaughter. Grudge match against the masked superstar. I, along with many others, very curious what happened the last time out here in town.
Well, you know, I haven't changed my style. And the superstar evidently changed his. He turned against me. We were in there fighting, tooth and nail, like I always do. And then he went and punched me. Well, nobody gets away with that. Anybody in Los Angeles or all over the country knows you don't punch Sergeant Slaughter and get away with it. I have to take my hat off to my opponents. I never expected it. But I'm glad to be an American. I'm glad to be Sergeant Slaughter. And I'm glad to be coming to Los Angeles and facing you, masked superstar. I know that you've got a hold similar to mine. I know it's been duplicated by a lot of wrestlers, but it'll never be duplicated. Sergeant Slaughter is a man. He's the American. He's the Marine. Believe me, superstar, your hood is coming right off.
All right, Sergeant Slaughter to meet the masked superstar in a grudge match. Dr. David Schultz, Nashville, Tennessee, a shot at the world champion, the incredible Hulk Hogan.
Well, I don't know where you got the name Incredible. Only thing incredible about you, boy, is your head and the size of your arm and the size of your feet, and that you're wearing a United States heavyweight belt representing the United States of America and the world. But I tell you what I'm going to do, boy. I'm going to come to Los Angeles, and I'm going to beat you like a red-headed stepchild. I'm going to beat you so hard and fast, you're going to say, y'all quit. And then when I get through with you, you ain't going to never want to show your face there again. Because I've had other battles with you. Quit hitting me. I know I don't have much time. You're always punching me. Nobody gives me time to say what I've got to say because I've got a lot of things to say.
Well,
so I'll quit saying what I got to say where you won't be punching me. But Hulk Hogan, you come on down, big boy, and bring that belt with you.
All right, come on in, Tito Santana, Intercontinental Champion, title defense for you. And a challenger will be Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff at Olympic Auditorium here on Saturday, March 24th.
That's right, Gene. You know, I'm beginning to understand how the pilots used to feel during the war with everybody coming at them. Now that I've got the belt, everybody wants to wrestle Tito Santana for this belt, and they keep saying Tito Santana is not going to hold on to that belt. And that's exactly what Mr. Wonderful comes out here and he makes fun of me. He's done it in the past, and he's going to continue to do it and insult me. Te garantizo, Paul. Tito Santana ganó esta faja para la gente latina. Con la ayuda de la gente mexicana, los latinos que me ayudaron en ganar esta faja. Le gané el respeto para toda la gente mexicana porque yo necesito a mi gente. Y me siento muy orgulloso tener la oportunidad de representar a toda la gente mexicana porque al fin un latino representando a mi gente. Te mero en el ring, Paul Orndorff, y veremos quién será el mejor. ¡Arriba!
Great one from Tacoma, Mexico. Tito Santana, the Intercontinental Champion. Speaking of champions, let's bring in the world's heavyweight champion from right here at Venice Beach, California, title defense, and David Schultz.
You know something, Meansy? I'm going to have to agree with the doctor, man. He does not have much time left at all. You know something? It's just a few short days, a few short weeks, and he's going to be right in the Hulkster's pit, Daddy. That's what the name of the Coliseum is. We changed the name from the Olympic, man. It's called the Hulkster's pit, Daddy, and that's where Hulkamania is running wild, and that's where David Schultz is going down. By the way, do you know what the new name for Los Angeles is?
Talk to me.
It's called Hulk Country, Daddy. Everywhere I go, man, we change the name. It's Hulk Country because Hulkamania is running wild. The last time I was there, I had the Sheik down on his knees begging for mercy. And now it's Dr. D, David Schultz, the redneck, in my own hometown, L.A., California, Daddy. I'm going to be hanging and banging at Gold's Gym before I go to the arena. And then when I'm done with the doctor, when I'm done beating him and dragging him around and making him show a little respect for the Hulkster, I'm going to take him back to Gold's Gym, and I'm going to mop up the floors with him.
All right, get ready. Los Angeles and all of Southern California, Olympic Auditorium, Saturday night, March the 24th, when the World Wrestling Federation comes to town.
This woman is sound asleep.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, presenting those sensational midget wrestlers in a tag team match that is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right from
Dana Carpenter joining his partner, Poncho Boy. Let's go back and take a look at the replay we saw just moments ago now of the World Wrestling Federation magazine or Mr. Piper's guest. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that in mind, we take you now to Piper's.
Obvious instance there where you obviously have a coward for a champion. If you can't sit here and carry on an intelligent conversation as a champion, it's too bad that not only do you have a coward for a champion, but you don't have a gentleman. Good day.
Roddy Piper and Tito Santana. Let's go back up for our next matchup now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest, scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing from Brooklyn, New York, weighing in at 235 pounds, it is Steve Lombardi. And his opponent from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing 268 pounds, it is Dr. D, David Schultz.
Big, rugged David Schultz. Here we go, Lombardi versus Schultz.
Dr. David Schultz, Dr. D, out of Nashville, Tennessee. Now being tutored by Roddy Piper. Action in progress. Steve Lombardi out of Brooklyn, New York. The big man out of the Volunteer State's opponent in this particular one-on-one confrontation. Oh, there's a boot to the sternum that absolutely rocks Lombardi. Schultz really coming into his own. Now, what is this? Wait a minute. Now the little dialogue going on between Roddy Piper and Schultz.
Dr. D in control at the moment. Dr. D sets up Lombardi, drives him down to the canvas. Sets him up again, has him, and a big slam. And we've seen this before. Oh, my. Now, that is a 15, maybe 8. Look at this. You, my, incredible maneuver. One more. Roddy Piper yelling one more for Dr. D. David Schultz, but no, he doesn't need it indeed. The easy 3 count. David Schultz. Schultz making reference, I believe, to Hulk Hogan, the World Wrestling Federation champion. We'll get the official time.
Here is the time, 2 minutes and 9 seconds. It is the winner, Dr. D. David Schultz.
David Schultz victorious. Let's take a look at what we saw just moments ago. Here now, Schultz getting set and drives the elbow to the sternum area like no one else in professional wrestling. And if Schultz gets anyone down, be a Lombardi or perhaps even a Hulk Hogan, and delivers a smash like this, it's going to be all over but the shouting. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take you to Mean Gene Okerlund, and with him now, Dr. D. David Schultz.
All right, I thank you very much, Vince McMahon. Dr. David Schultz, we have just seen you victorious in the ring. You have arrived, I don't mind telling you, in the World Wrestling Federation. Some of the tactics, I might add, however, that you utilize, highly questionable.
You can question anything you want to, big boy. And I'm looking for a big boy. I'm looking for that big blonde goof, the one with a 16-pound head and the size 17 foot, and calls himself Hulk Hogan.
He also calls himself the world's heavyweight champion.
Well, no wonder. Look who's he's wrestling. He's never wrestled me for no world belt. Why don't you come out here, big boy, and face the doctor for the world belt? I'm here right now, so come on, let's settle it right now. I'll go straight back to the ring. We'll settle it. Who's the champion? Who's the best? Now, I can't do no more than that. So you get Hulk Hogan, bring him out here, and I'll go to the ring. How about it?
Well,
let's settle it now.
I am not a matchmaker, but
you're a dog, Hulk Hogan. Your daddy is a dog, and that makes you a son of a dog.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, it's bad. Where I come from, I'd beat somebody to death. They say that about me. You hear what I'm saying?
But I don't.
I'd beat them to death. Come on, Hogan, let's finish this thing right now.
I am certain, ladies and gentlemen, somewhere, somehow, perhaps right now,
I don't see him.
The incredible
He's
Hulk
a
Hogan.
coward.
I'm certain.
He's a yellow dog. You hear what I'm saying?
I look forward to the response from the world
Where's he at?
champion. You can't say something like that to a man without getting some kind of response.
Hogan coming out.
I thank you very much. Vince McMahon,
I'm challenging him on national TV, baby.
Well, indeed, a challenge by Dr. D. David Schultz, and you can bet those comments will not fall on deaf ears. We shall return as we continue with Rocky Johnson and his tag team partner, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, after which we'll have even more tag team action. Stay with us.
Here's Cal.
The announcement, the 6-man matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is a 6-man tag team match scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. What's his first name? Goldie Rogers from Toronto, Canada, weighing 240 pounds. The other is Ron Butler from Toronto, Canada, weighing in at 245 pounds. Charlie Fulton, Marion, Ohio, weighing 245 pounds. And their opponents in the corner to my left from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing 240 pounds. SD Special Delivery Jones. and his partners are the World Wrestling Federation's tag team champions from Roanoke, Virginia, weighing 250 pounds. Here is Tony Atlas. And from Washington, D.C., weighing in at 250 pounds, here is Rocky Johnson.
Rocky Johnson, Tony Atlas, the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. This, of course, the six-man matchup. Should be an outstanding one. And we're just about ready for the action to commence.
The bitterness between Sergeant Slaughter and the Masked Superstar last Saturday night at the Olympic, evident. Now, one-on-one, they are going to collide next Saturday night in the squared circle of the Olympic Auditorium. Sergeant Slaughter, as of late, has discovered a newfound following of the fans here in the WWF because of what he believes in. And he's going to need it all because the Masked Superstar, his opponent next Saturday, is one tough hombre.
In the clutches of Special Delivery Jones, Ron Butler up against the rope now as Jones whipped to the far side. Butler, oh, wow.
Somewhat apropos, Vince McMahon, on the back of the tights of one Mr. Butler, the cliche or the saying, a hard day's night.
Oh, my. That'll be a hard day's night, that particular maneuver we saw there a moment ago. Butler really shot in the air by Tony Atlas. Atlas greets him now. Ooh, what another tremendous slam. Atlas, with things well in control at the moment, reaches off and tags his partner, Rocky Johnson.
I'll tell you what a physical package both Atlas and Johnson are.
Double team downstairs, and Butler is out of breath and tags off Charlie Fulton now, who will try his luck with Rocky Johnson.
Very brutally, Butler tagging off to Fulton. Rocky Johnson showing us what it's all about. Coming up with a hammerlock on Fulton. Very quick tag to SD Special Delivery Jones from Philadelphia. Jones with a toe to the midsection that doubles over Fulton.
Charlie with a series of forearms and a series of right hands to the side of the head of SD Jones.
Those are good solid blows, too. Oh, and now all of a sudden, Jones coming back.
Headbutt down to the canvas.
Fulton has got to be seeing stars as very quickly he tags off Goldie Rogers from Hollywood, California.
And Goldie snapped over by SD Jones. Reaches up to make the tag. Here comes Rocky Johnson in. Goldie Rogers. No relation to the former great World Wrestling Federation champion, Mr. Buddy Rogers. No relation at all.
Well, a very vocal and vociferous Goldie Rogers trying to plead his case to some of the fans at ringside this week. Leg pickup by The Rock. Very quickly tagging off to Tony Atlas.
Atlas built like a Sherman tank.
Make a wish.
Atlas with his been in a most compromising position.
Well.
Atlas having some fun in there. Rogers is having no fun at all. Rogers screaming in pain. Tag is made. And Whoa!
No laughing matter, I can tell you that. Jones in here. Leg drop to the inner thigh. Tony Rogers.
Right back in, Tony Atlas, and Rogers has hardly moved.
Well, he certainly had his share of punishment during the course of this match.
Back in now, Ron Butler, who will try his luck with Mr. USA. Headbutt by Tony. Uh-oh. Butler goes up. Oh, boy, did he ever go up. And even higher up in the air. A long way to fall. Look at Atlas. Atlas Down across the chest. Yes, sir.
The party's over, at least for the trio of Rogers, Fulton, and Butler. What a victory for Jones, Johnson, and Atlas.
Well, there's a real threesome for you. I'm sure we'll be seeing a great deal more of those three. We'll get the official time.
It is a time, 4 minutes and 37 seconds, and the winners, Tony Atlas, Rocky Johnson, and S.D. Jones.
All right, we'll take a look at what we saw moments ago.
Great teamwork on the part of the trio of Johnson, Jones, and this man, Tony Atlas, taking Ron Butler. From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, high into the air. There's the release, and oh, Butler just crashes to the canvas. Tony Atlas follows up with a big body splash. And a subsequent...
Did you ever get up there? For the benefit of those of you who'd like to jot us a line, we welcome you to do so. Right to World Wrestling Federation headquarters, P.O. Box 1538, Greenwich, Connecticut 06836. We'll be back with more.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the next contest, it is a tag team match scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the corner to my right from Auckland, New Zealand, weighing in at 240 pounds, it is Tony Garea. And his partner from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 235 pounds, here is B. Brian Blair. And their opponents in the corner to my left from Steubenville, Ohio, weighing 250 pounds, here is Bill Dixon. And from Columbus, Ohio, weighing 245 pounds, it is Frankie Williams.
Frank Williams, Bill Dixon teaming up against the fine tag team combination as we view this capacity crowd here. The combination of Tony Garea and B. Brian Blair. Here we go.
Do not forget, next Saturday night at 8 p.m., World Wrestling Federation action at the Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles. Advance tickets are on sale at the Olympic box office and all Ticketmaster locations. 3 big bouts top the card. Tito Santana defending the Intercontinental title against Paul Orndorff. The grudge match between Sergeant Slaughter and the Masked Superstar, and the Incredible Hulk Hogan defends his WWF belt against Dr. D. David Schultz at the Olympic next Saturday night.
Tag made now, Tony back in. Quite a bit of teamwork as we have seen through the weeks on the part of the combination of Garea and Blair.
You know, Vince, I see a lot of things in this combination of Brian Blair and Tony Garea that I really like. Undoubtedly, in short time, they're going to have to be considered as one of the top contending tag teams for the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship. Great teamwork, the experience of Garea, and as Brian Blair shows me just a whole lot. He's got some great amateur moves that he combines.
Nice drop toe hold there. Nice maneuver.
Oh, great work on the...
Shoots the half, gets him over now. And a bridge by Mr. Dixon. Oh, my. Elbow to the midsection. By the way, next week, ladies and gentlemen, we have just been informed to join us will be Rene Goulet, who steps into the ring against a man who, my goodness, talk about a following. Never in perhaps World Wrestling Federation history have we seen such a turnaround than on the part of the fans as it relates to the one and the only Sergeant Slaughter. He'll be here with us next week against Rene Goulet.
I'll tell you, the fans have really gotten behind Sergeant Slaughter. And what a turnaround personally for this great wrestler.
Oh, dropped by Garea. Reach tag is made. Brian Blair coming in against Frank Williams. Series of forearms now. Williams being set up. Brian catches him. Yes. Oh, to the head. You can see Williams ahead bouncing off. Tag made now. Quick teamwork with a part of Blair and Garea. Off the rope. Frank Williams, abdominal stretch by Tony Garea. He may get him. Brian Blair keeps the opponent off guard, and yes, sirree, Tony Garea gets the do. And Williams bows in defeat along with his partner, Bill Dixon. There's a happy tag team combination for you.
And a very impressive tag team combination.
Let's get the official time.
Here's the time, 2 minutes and 38 seconds, and the winners, Tony Garea and B. Brian Blair.
Blair and Tony Garea victorious. And no doubt we'll be seeing more of them in weeks to come, perhaps to join us next week. But as we said, we definitely will have with us next week Rene Goulet as he squares off against the inimitable Sergeant Slaughter. To join us as well, the one and the only Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. So lots of pro wrestling action headed your way next week here on Championship Wrestling. Until next week, this is Vince McMahon along with Mean Gene Okerlund saying so long from ringside.